Alright, dropping in the middle of my my clay gathering, shovel upgrading escapade here real quick to kind of acknowledge that I can't really ignore this. I could come back to this later, but I really want to do this now. So for starters, I'm gonna get a couple more of these little dandelion tufts. I only got a couple left, and I keep burning through them accidentally. But more importantly, because we've got a couple of bombs, we can knock this sucker down and get access to the table. Now, why would we want to have access to the table? Whoops! Oh, I meant to throw it, Damn, it's a waste of a bomb, damn it. Okay, this is what I meant to do. There we go. Alright, so, well, I might have to make some more bombs before I proceed with the story, but why would we want to have access to the table? Well, in addition to having bees, which might be a problem, because they're generally passive everywhere except the table, because this is where all the good stuff is, and they don't want me getting near the good stuff. The table has a bunch of goodies. And, oh, did I bring my... I did not. Damn. There's a zip line up here that I could try to connect. Ooh, nice. But I did not bring my fiber with me. But I can come back later and do that, and it's actually going to connect to the sandbox. I normally just build right into the sandbox, but this is probably the normal way you're supposed to get in. I mean, I guess you could also get in through the blank ant, the cave system, but I feel like I always get lost trying to do that. So this is probably the easier way to get into the sandbox. However, in addition,
Float on a dandelion tuft, sting like a bee.
Ow. Ow. Well, I wasn't intending on killing you. Yeah, alright, come on. Yeah. Get some bee parts while I'm here, why not? Ow. Come on. There we go. Alright. Okay. Want to mess with me too? Oh, jeez. Don't fall off, don't fall off. Bees are another one of those things where I don't really have trouble with them. They gang up on me. Can I get you to land on like a flat surface? Great. Okay. Yeah, bees are only really a problem. Oh, I forgot I have tier 3 axe, so I can actually harvest splinters now. I don't really care about splinters, but I will need them for other stuff later. Get them out of the way now. But yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff here on the table. Like, oh, actually, I don't even know if I can break this yet. I can, okay. So nothing here, but we've got this game's equivalent of like a D&D tabletop situation. Can I jump on this? Thought I could. Oh, there we go. And later on, I normally like to build a zip line at like the corner of the table here, over to the woodpile just to make it a little faster to get there. We can worry about that later. We're gonna have to come back here later anyways, so... But
I mean, this is cool and all, but couldn't he have set up a couple baskets?
Yeah. Hoops is apparently anti-nerd stuff. Got a station. We got a couple of things. Work continues on the logistics of the embiggening organic material. There are so many factors that elude us still. There's one thing I do know, Burgle. It's that I need that sweet, sweet Java flowing. Brain bad when sips stop. Amen, brother. Does healing items. Mac and bees. Speaking of, yeah, let's go ahead and scan here. Splinter arrow. Yeah, so splinter arrows, from what I understand, are the most powerful base form of arrow. I think they just have like a shorter range or something, so you kind of use them like a shotgun. I've never really used them. I prefer the bleed effect from the crow feathers, but it's an option. But I think I will need them later on for something else. Yeah, stuffed bee. Bee fuzz is going to be pretty big later on. Alright. Nice. Did I have any new... use stamina. I feel like I'd rather wait. Unfortunately, there's a chest inside the maze I don't think I can get right now. I need a key for it. I can't remember. It's inside of a... It's like a watery area. Is it really going to be right there? I don't know. I do have a knife, so I could cut through underwater stuff, but I don't know if it's actually the right one. What I can do while I'm here, though, is get the second level...
What is that? Some kind of Ant-Man?
Yeah. Is get the second level of, what's it called? Coup de grace. Which I don't think I have equipped. I haven't had equipped in a while. Yeah. Get this instead. So I can get the second level of coup de grace and get an even... Let's see, what am I currently getting? Oh, it's not going to tell me? Well, it's a better critical chance boost, and if I'm going to be using my axe, which has a lot of frequent hits, then I'm going to be even better with critical hits. More crow feathers. Hell yeah. I love how now that I don't really need them, I'll need them later, but I don't really need them right now. I'm just finding crow feathers everywhere. Yeah, this. I might get attacked by bees here, but... So I gotta knock this onto a 20. Oh, nice, I got the Explorer. Did I get it on the first hit? Oh, I almost did. There we go. Come on. Ow, ow. There we go. Almost. Almost got it on the first hit. It has to be a power hit? Alright. Now, I'm worried I'm going to hit it too hard. Hey! And then, yeah, I need the Minotaur maze. Minotaur maze key. Alright. I think I know where that is. So yeah, coup de grace level 2. Now I'm going to be doing even more critical hits. But give me a quick second. I think I know where to find that key. And yeah, that as well. Alright, and I think there's a... yeah! I could have sworn there was another molar around here. Can't remember. We'll get this one. And then, yeah, with the upgraded shovel I can harvest gum wherever I find it. But that key... I think it was inside that pipe I was looking at from up above. Yeah. If it's not this one, it's another one, but I'm pretty sure it's this one. Alright. Is this... Oh. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Can't see anything. Oh, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, so this stuff I can't cut through unless I have Tier 2 dagger. Hell yeah. And there it is. Alright. Okay, back up to the chest. If I don't drown first. Alright, if I recall, I believe there's a molar and a recipe in here. Oh. Ow! Alright, I don't want to mess with you right now. My inventory's full. Ah. Yeah. Come on. Here we go. What can I drop? Yeah, might as well. What is in here? Oh yeah, upgrade materials too. Yeah, I do want that actually. So hold on, I think I gotta drop a couple more things. Is that enough space? Perfect, alright. So yeah, we gotta handle... Thought I heard somebody else. We gotta hand that chip into Burgle to get the recipe. I don't remember what it is, but the molar was worth it at least. And on the way to Burgle, yeah, let me go check out what else is on the table here real quick. Sleeping bees. I love that they let the bees, like... They give them like a snoring sound. I love it. On the way to Burgle, I'm gonna try and grab some grub. Because I need grub hide to make this shovel, and I don't remember if I actually have any back at home. Sleepy bees. There's another scabby over here? Yeah. Don't mind me, don't mind me. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm just ruining everybody's day. Alright. I know there's some more like science in here, but jumping out safely is very difficult. So I can worry about that later when I come by. Oh, I just wasted 3 dandelion tufts. I can worry about that when I come by to establish that zip line. For now... Thought I heard something else. Yeah, for now, I'm just going to get back, get to Burgle, try and grab some grub, and finally get that shovel. Because I did gather a bunch of clay while I've been out here, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough. It's going to be a pretty tall ramp. Tall ramp, and I think I'll probably use grass for the actual platform once I get up to where I want to go to. Grass is going to be everywhere and easy enough to build floors out of, because I think it's only floor planks. 4 floor planks. Alright, now that we got some grub, we should be able to... Yeah, we've unlocked a couple of other things too. Like, don't get me wrong, Black Ant Sword is good, but where I'm at now with a tier 3 axe, I'm kind of already on the cusp of getting other tier 3 stuff, so I'm probably just going to skip it this playthrough, but if you're doing normal progression, it is very good. But, alright. So we got the upgraded version of the shovel, however... Alright, yeah, I think I'm going to hold off on digging up more clay for now. I just want to see how far up I can build what I've got. So please... Gotta figure out where... Like, I think this is probably okay. This feels like it's a little far. Because I don't need to go up, like, super high. But I think I'm just going to pick a starting place and commit to it, and then just go from there. Then once I'm high up enough, I'm just going to start using grass to build out the platform. But, alright, here we go. Okay, I think that's about as much as I'm willing to commit right now. Holy crap, I don't even know how long that took. That took too long. That took way too long. Okay, so my general idea. The reason I wanted to go double wide over here is because I wanted to have actually a couple, maybe just one or two zip lines up in this area. And in my previous experience, if you get to the end of the zip line going too fast, your character just kind of flies off the end. And if your platform isn't wide enough to catch you, you just kind of go tumbling off the side. So I'm going to make this double wide. I don't know exactly where I'm going to place everything here. I do know that you can connect multiple lines per, like, anchor thing. So let me go grab one of the 2 that I've pre-built down here, move them up there, and I can just kind of start eyeballing where I want my other points to go. Like, I eventually will want one... This is probably a bad spot, but... I will eventually want one going to the hedge lab area, Close enough, something like that. Now I haven't built the connecting line over there yet, but when I do I should be able to connect 2 here. And let's see, I'm probably going to want, yeah, 1 over there. And I always have 1 on top of the sandbox. I think both of those can connect to one anchor point. Alright, so yeah, I'm thinking about having 1 like up here, I guess. Takes me to that part of the upper yard. It's a good little general spot, and I usually have a little platform for myself built out like right over here on the sandbox. Like I said, I usually have 1 over on the far corner of the picnic table connecting to the wood pile. Later on, we'll eventually want to connect to like the Java-matic, and I guess that'll be good. Now that said, I did mention that I probably will end up building a permanent base somewhere else. Like this is a temporary base. I could build this up to be defensible, I just don't want to. I kind of like the idea of this being just sort of like a forward operating base to start my game out with. I have given a little bit of thought. There's probably not as much as I should have. So like I said, my first game, I ended up, oh, you can actually see it from here. I ended up building up there. And that was more or less a good spot, but I was attacked by wasps. I eventually will have to piss them off enough to attack me. And when they attack, it sucks. So I kind of don't want to build up there, because you're just kind of hanging off the edge, and you know, if they attack enough of your stuff, you're just going to end up collapsing everything. This might sound kind of cheap. Like, I don't really know if this is going to work. So when I was running around collecting molars, I was scoping out the area near the pink car. There's a pipe over there, and it's not like the best location, but I kind of want to build inside of a pipe if I can. I don't know if it's going to work, but it should, I guess we'll see, make me immune to raids of any kind, land or air. Because where I am currently, and I don't really know what dictates where they attack, like I don't know if it's like where your bed is set up, where you just have the most stuff built or whatever, because if they're just going to attack where you have the most stuff built right now, I think it's actually this structure, which is not great. But, I can't really get over that quickly right now, but if I can build inside of a pipe, then I should be safe from all kinds of raids. And if I do that, I'm eventually going to want to connect that space to the hub up here, which will let me connect to all my other stuff. So, I don't know, if I build like basically a zipline right there,
Peeping goggles equipped.
or, you know, I guess whichever is going to be an easier place to grab, I should be able to connect to this pretty smoothly. That said, I think I am actually getting ahead of myself a little bit, because I can't even go up and down ziplines yet, I can only go down them. I think this is a good start. I think I need to focus on progress now, but I finally got this done. Feels good to actually have that in place. Very silly, I don't care that it... Oh, so there is like an option. I didn't mess with this, I don't know if I can change this here. I think there is a way, yeah, you can activate building integrity. But it's off by default, which I love, because I love doing crap like this in games. But yeah, I think it's time to start focusing on progress again. So with this out of the way, I think we're like way over-equipped for fighting anything. But the next steps, I believe, are going to be crafting the gill tube. The gill tube, because I think I need some additional materials for the bubble helmet that I won't have until later. And doing the pond lab. I do have some bombs, which I will need for the haze lab and the black ant lab, but I think the rest of that can wait. Getting the pond lab out of the way would be just a good little thing to have in my pocket. The way I'm going to start that actually is going to be basically just swimming around, unlocking landmarks. There you go. And actually, now that I think about it, didn't I set up a zipline over there? Did I dream that, or did I do that? Oh! We have something over there. Good. We just need 30... Yeah, so this is why I've been mass-producing silk rope, because once you start making these connections across the yard, depending on how long that zipline is, the number of silk you need to actually make that connection goes up. That's why I've been constantly running those things. We are actually running low on web, too, so maybe the next one I make is probably going to go to the hedge lab. And then we actually go to the hedge area to scoop up some more spiderweb stuff. I don't think I'll have to do that on camera. I might just show a short recording of me building the connection, but yeah, the next like major bit of progression is going to be water-based, so do a quick little swimming montage to unlock some of the map locations, and then I can eventually get, yeah, it's going to be like right here, the like swimming faster and breathing more mutation.
Hello there! How can I help you today? Ah, more chip! Hand it over and...
Alright, I think I am as ready as I'm going to be. I've got Giltube, got Mertine, and the rest of the good stuff I'm going to get down there with some of the materials I'll gather. So I think we just go. And unfortunately it is nighttime. And I do have a little lamp that I made, but yeah, it is going to suck a little bit trying to navigate in the dark. So I don't know how this is going to come through in the recording. I apologize in advance if this is like kind of impossible to see. But the first thing we're really aiming for here is this big hole. Yeah. Follow this air pipe down. See a big spooky eye here. So we got a T-Rex. And he's got a little special weapon. His mouth. There's a bunch of stuff here I do want to collect. But because I am running on not optimal oxygen right now, I'm gonna wait basically until I get the bubble helmet. Hit those fans for a little bit of a speed boost. Yeah, I know, no stamina. Just keep going, keep going. And before we get into the lab proper, which is up here, we have to hit a couple of switches. And this is this is kind of where I usually die. Now, generally speaking, I'm trying to think about like all the other labs. I guess the pond lab is like 18 seconds. I don't know if I can do this. This is gonna be tight. Oh wow. Whew. Okay.
Each member of the Tolley family, excepting yours truly, looks at Brussels sprouts, the great cabbage of Belgium, with utter disdain. Within its densely packed leaves, a high-powered nutrient boost in a miniature form factor. And yet mealtime after mealtime, it is recklessly cast aside. Well, more for me. The body knows when it's lacking something. Funny that it doesn't tell the mind why, though. But I have taken the hint, and I'll do those brilliant horticulturalists of Belgium one better. You see, these little morsels are a prime candidate for experimentation in my new submersible multifunction lab. A closed-loop system complete with retractable solar dock. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Dr. Tully, it is almost time for your appointment.
Already? The joys of getting older. Trudy pushed me to go see a doctor after she remarked that I looked like a plate of wet ham. Very well. Mustn't be late and keep Dr. Applebaum waiting.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk over that. But, yeah, so, you know, like Burgle had said before, you know, the Pond Lab was built to kind of investigate... yes. Brussels sprouts. That wasn't just like a one-off little bit. Those do become important later. At the moment, it's just kind of like the reason this is all here. Yeah, so these, I'll probably be able to grab a couple. Sunken bones and one other item, I can't remember what it was. You can dig up down here with a shovel. Ham's test. No chance from last week. No change from last week, but I feel we're on the cusp of something here. And I've got an idea. I shot awake this morning, sweaty, with a memory of frantic energy, fitness, infomercials that popped on before the kids' Saturday morning cartoon shows. In those early hours, being annoyed at the greasy glow of skin stretched tight over bursting muscles screaming about some new trivial invention. Veins bulging with hot blood, but that moment in excitement, that's what's missing. Our wilted petite show need to get pumped up. With this inspiration, we're moving forward with an admittedly odd Hail Mary procedure for Generation 2. Vascular grafting. At the time of writing this, we've already removed the cumbersome stem from the growth process, rendering these auxiliary buds longing for a new system to be a part of. I've had Burgle harvest the appendicular artery off the old jarred appendix, and have begun splicing them into the sprout roots, mending the union with a manner of agar glue. The systems of both man and plant are not that different, after all. But could they be this compatible? Yeah, so he's making, like, jacked up Brussels sprouts. And the relevance that has to our little project, or our existence in general here, is basically just, it's a very good smoothie
Safety first.
ingredient. That's all it does. I don't want to belittle it. Like, it's very good. But yeah, he really sells it. I think we get water soon. Alright, so yeah, we flipped a switch here. This is going to give us access to the pond, but we need to activate these 3 switches outside. Oh, this was the... Oh, whoops, I missed this one. Okay, so this is the first test. Initial diagnostics indicate that everything is in working order and ready to begin the Brussels sprouts live testing phase using the automated hydroponic aquaculture, microponics system. HAMS, I suppose, going forward. Burgle's task of cultivating the biodome mycelium network seems to have not been a complete failure, and signals are detectable in all extremities. Operational, fungal network active, surprisingly. Harvesting is typically 90 days out, but initial tests show small sprouts are ready within the span of a week. We'll look to optimize that further. Keeping in mind a certain level of structural integrity is required to scale them up to nearly a grapefruit size. Yeah, and then one of the main benefits later on is that you can just keep coming down here to harvest more, but yeah, we got a bunch of new stuff now. Oh goodness, here, there's a lot of stuff here. I can fetch most of this later. Like, obviously those are all just kind of decaying food items. I'm just gonna leave them there for now. That was actually incredibly lucky. I don't know if all of that stuff is always here, but I need like a bunch of these. Yeah, okay. And if I have to use all of them to make the bubble helmet, that's okay. They do respawn at some point, so I can still research some later. But yeah, so the I forgot what they're actually called. I think they're actually just called mussel sprouts. But yeah, you can come back down. I don't know what the actual time frame is, but you can also farm them. And I don't think I did much with farming in my first playthrough, but that is like the item
Yeah, I don't know what else you can or should farm. Here, we can read that later. I'm gonna drown if I stay here. So we got switch, and then we also got another molar. Oh, there is another molar on the path that I took to get here. That is also going to have to wait until I get the bubble helmet. Alright, so that's one switch. But yeah, depending on... Oh yeah, I'm going to die. Depending on where I decide to set up, I can also start farming the muscle sprouts again. Yeah, alright, I'm going to die. I'm going to come back, and then we'll basically just, instead of getting the switches first, I'll build the bubble helmet first and then get the switches. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and get my shovel. Let's just grab... Oh yeah, I think I still got to grab you, yeah. And you... We'll come back for you later. Oh yeah, the koi fish scale, that's the other thing. So the koi fish armor is actually pretty good, from what I remember. I actually used it for a while on my first playthrough. I think its like main benefit, there we go, is that it makes your parries like incredibly powerful. I'm pretty sure it makes it so your parries basically stun the enemies. I might be remembering that wrong. I just remember it got me through most of my first playthrough. Yeah, so these like bones and scales are all over the place here, and these do respawn. So if I do need to get more later, I can, but I probably should turn around. Yeah, once I get the bubble helmet, I'll be probably a little more reckless with how much swimming I'm doing. Here we go. The back tunnel here does connect back up to the pond. And it is guarded by some of those water spiders that I'd mentioned. I think I did scan them during one of my little montage segment. I don't think I included that in the montage when I was just kind of swimming around. Oh. Perfect. Alright, gotta go, we gotta go. I was gonna say, I think I need like one more. And as far as I remember, I don't think I've done enough swimming to really test this. Oh good, I'll have one extra. But using the bubble helmet for the breathing bonus that it gives you, like it is just a piece of armor, so you lose durability the same way every other piece of armor loses it from being attacked and all that. But I think the breathing function does not actually like you don't use it like an air tank. Like you don't run out of air in that same way. You just have an extended breath period whenever you're wearing it, which is awesome. Alright, so now we can flip. Yeah, we still have to get all three switches, but let's go ahead and save. And you can see how much extra. And I also swim a little faster too, so it's just a huge, yeah, look at that, 175 seconds. Huge bonus. Apparently, you can do this without the bubble helmet, from what I've heard. I personally have not been able to pull that off. I guess you just like buff up Mertine? I don't remember if it has like multiple levels, but if it does, maybe that's the trick. Gill Tube, Mertine, and I think maybe there's a couple of smoothies that you can probably take too. Yeah, okay, so I guess that makes more sense. So you can definitely pull this off. I don't remember this being so brutal. Alright. Oh yeah, I still gotta grab you. I'll read that later. We'll check out the thing they gave me too. Come on. We got extra breathing time, but it's not enough to just hang out. I could swim back and get my air back, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get this one. Actually, I might be able to get... Well... No. We'll play it safe, We can get the last two in the same run. I probably could have made it, but... Yeah. I think with the bubble helmet and Mertine, I am faster than them. Yeah. And I can still parry. That said, if you do want to engage them in combat, you do need the Pebble Dagger, or this weapon, basically. There are another set of like weapons you can make for underwater stuff. Like I think there's actually a trident that you can get. I don't know. There's just not enough water combat stuff going on that I feel like it's necessary. Alright, before we proceed, because we can now move forward with this, I want to do one other thing before I forget. Let's go get that key. And then we can open up a chest, which I don't think I actually showed on my way in because I was moving too fast. But now that I have the bubble helmet, I can take my time a little bit. And you definitely want a... oops. You definitely want a lantern for this. It's dark. There are spooky spiders in here. Hello. Yeah, I'm just gonna tank the hits and just keep going. Great materials. Ow. Come on. And... ow, ow, ow. Oh, where is it? There it is. There we go, mossy key. Let's get out of here. Ow. I'll catch my breath again and then we'll go check out the... yeah. Chill. Go check out the chest. Oh, I'm swimming back here to get air, and I don't really need to, because what I did was actually opened up this big door. This leads into the actual, like, main part of the lab, so... ta-da! There should be water somewhere, but it looks like it's going to be a little further
That
along.
tastes really good.
Drink what I got. Alright. Let's go get the chest, and then maybe while we're out there, we'll also grab some more, scales and stuff. So yeah, we kind of scooted through this area a little fast. Oh, there's also a molar, too. But we went pretty quickly over the ground here. So I don't think we actually saw... there it is, way over there. Chest. I don't even remember what's in it, I just know I want it. There we go, and... there we go. It's a molar, it's a chip. Hell yeah. Okay, and then I think the other molar. Yeah! There we go, alright. Alright, I think that's good for now. I could get some more scales, but we'll just keep moving. Proceed with the lab. Woo! Alright, there we go. And aside from a couple of other swimming sections where there may or may not be spiders, the main antagonist of this area, yeah, looping back here, will be more robot guys. Yeah, we will have some more swimming.
Out of control.
I think this loops back around, yeah, from the main area later. And this is the door we need to find a button for. Oh, Robo Buddies. Day 36. Generation 7 fitness stable. Vascular systems have evolved into something inspirational. Sprout musculature amplification research is going swimmingly. Generation 4 being taught the rhythm of the flesh in a way the fungal networks could transmit was certainly key. Each node is performing in tandem at peak efficiency. Condensed crop cycle manipulation is accelerating generational hybrid evolution at an unprecedented rate. I almost got through that in one sitting. HAMS is proving to be a highly advantageous apparatus. Super dense Brussels sprouts, muscle sprouts, conducting a ripe symphony of proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates via the push and pull of plant and muscle fibers. The applications here for sustainable human omnivorous diets are tantalizing. Notes: consider an aerobics program for the lab monitor array to increase nitrification and introduce motivational aspect to growth. Plug data into Burgle's recipe module. Finally, something we can share a common bond over. Yeah, he's let's get into some wacky stuff. It gets weirder. Like, as if the shrinking tech wasn't enough. Like, everything this guy is doing is just some insane super science where you're like,
Alley hoops, bringing
man,
the light.
didn't Resident Evil teach us anything? Right. Well, hold on, so there's this, but I forgot, what is the, I don't know if I need to go this way, but I know I needed to go the other way. Oh, alright, well, never mind. Alright, I guess all of the doors unlock when I get to the end point that I need to. Alright, so... there is also another one of the little statues, if I recall. more upgrade materials. Oh goodness, yeah, underwater navigation. It actually feels pretty good, but it's still very weird and clunky. There is an extra space down here. The scabby. I don't know if I really want to mess with that though. Here, let's just get you out of the way. I did not upgrade my knife, so come on. Alright, what is there anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Grab the clay. I think hold on, switch to first person. There we go. Okay, wow, it's a little less horrible. Alright, where is the statue? It's in one of the corners. Aha! There we go. Yeah, building up those statues are a great way to build up another mechanic I don't think I mentioned. What's it called? Coziness. Yeah. Yeah, coziness for your base is kind of like, I don't know, it's just like another stat. And increasing it unlocks more blueprints, so you kind of do want to eventually invest into it.
Dr. Applebaum has pronounced me in perfect health. For a man 20 years my senior, I must face the facts. The gray hairs, the wrinkles, they are not figments of the imagination. I can draw only one reasonable conclusion. It is the elusive fractional errors of the shrinking process which are the cause. Trudy has asked that I discontinue my experiments, but what choice do I have? If I quit now, I will have nothing. What will I be other than a failed inventor and scientist with no discoveries to his name, unable even to teach the basics of physics to a gaggle of hormonal teenagers? No! If this means that I must sacrifice 20 years of my life, then so be it.
Yeah, finally starting to see that all of his stuff is not quite working out for him. It might be a little too late. Muscle Sprout Test Kitchen. Test samples were currently 0.0833% of target production size. Complex and somewhat tense muscular nuggets. Several flaps overlap to protect a central organ, all entirely edible. An innate sense of fitness and survival compels them to fight against preparation. Smack of the spatula calms them right down. Initial recipe module analysis indicates use as a replacement for dry-aged beef liver. Unexpected. Compiling flavor profile. Compatibility. Onions. Admittedly, it kind of does make me want to try one. Like, maybe I'm just gross like that, but I kind of do want to try one. Alright, so I think we're... I forgot that opening the doors basically lets these guys out, because they're just kind of stuck behind one of those locked doors. I've got... upgraded club. Yeah, I think they were hiding out, in here. Good grief. Alright, well now I need food too. Did I bring food? Could have sworn I brought food. That's okay, there was food in one of those boxes I didn't loot. I don't remember if it was like cooked food. Raw. Okay, well, yeah, we can go back and get those later and we can cook those up. And or, I think, use them in like a smoothie recipe or something. Okay. Yeah, follow the signs of the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, and each lab has kind of like its own little gimmick. Oh, hello. Yes. Ow, hi. Anyone else? Yes, of course. Yeah. And there's my water. Alright. I think there are other things to loot around here? There should be some food somewhere. Ham's test day 7. Nominal results, not even marginally different from initial pre-test runs. Nitrogen cycle levels remain optimal and local fungal network appears robust. Brussels sprouts seem slightly loose and fairly limp. They need something to promote growth, but I can't put my finger on it. Other phalangeal observations. Trudy finds her ring better suited for the koi pond substrate than her hand. Work on making calls to the house. Tell Burgle to fish that ring out of the pond. Yeah, we did find that. Fish Weiss ring. It's a poem, I guess? Yeah, his life is falling apart in more ways than one because of his dedication to his work. We kind of already saw a little bit of that, but like, as we progress, we kind of see more and more. Spoiler alert, it doesn't really get better. It does not improve. Oh, here we go, finally. Okay, yeah. Bone Dagger. Yeah, Bone Dagger and Bone Trident are the other water-based things you can do. I don't think I ever made either of them, because there is like a third-tier dagger that is just generally better and it can be used underwater, but it's way later. And the Trident, similarly, I just don't do enough water combat to feel like I would have gotten enough out of it. And yeah. I don't know, like, I fell off of it after a while once I realized how generally helpful the ladybug armor was for like healing and stuff. But I don't know, maybe for old time's sake I'll go ahead and make that armor again. And sure. Okay. Yeah, we'll just research the rest of that as we can. Really, there's no food around here? I mean, I could technically eat the Brussels sprouts that are up top, but... How are you not just gonna leave, like, I don't know, a burrito just lying around in your lab? Come on, man. Alright, well I guess we can proceed. Will I have enough room for the Brussels sprouts? I will. So I'll grab them after we open the dome. Because they're a little hard to see right now, but...
This time you've gone too far, Wendell Tully. You've done the unthinkable, trespassed the unforgivable. You missed Thanksgiving dinner. Who can blame Trudy? I know that I pushed things to the breaking point and that she has grit her teeth and borne it. She told me that she could not bear to watch me destroy my life, let alone hers, the children's, in single-minded pursuit of this technology. Never in all the years of knowing her has she given me such a cold, immovable ultimatum. My science or my family. But if only she could see. I am doing this for them. I understand it has been hard. It has been harder on no one more than myself. If only I had more time. If I could just prove to them the wonders that are so close now, they would understand, wouldn't they? And if they did not, perhaps they never understood me at all.
Yeah. Yeah, this basically, you know, I think there's like 3 duper discs, I can't remember. But all they really do is they increase the, like, maximum raw science of a duplication thing you can duplicate. There's only a couple of things that can go to, like, the limit, so I don't really know what the real importance is of giving it more chips until you actually start running to duplicating, but I don't know. And then Burgle's super chip, and... How cool is that? Oh yeah, we got a bunch of these open now. I will have to return to the lab to check out some of these little tunnels and little pockets. Yeah. After I beat the first like story boss, but yeah, here are the muscle sprouts. Let's go ahead and just take all these. So these will basically replace the what is it? You know what I'm talking about? The grub jelly, yeah, for a smoothie base. There is another smoothie base that is very handy. So there's this one, which just gives it extra healing. Then another smoothie base later on. Good grief, what in the hell? Oh, right, this is supposed to be, like, inspiring the muscle sprouts to
Peeping goggles equipped.
be fitness-minded, I guess. I guess. I'm not a scientist, what do I know? Yeah, it's like the chewing gum. I think I've run into it at least once before already. Basically, that just makes the effects of the smoothies last longer. Test day 91. Alas, failure once again. Product candidate generation 21 cannot be scaled without catastrophic side effects. Dialing back to generation 9's parameters set to find a path forward. The big brains over at Mouthtown came back with nothing but the grand idea to grind them up into crunchy grizzle for the breakfast table. Hardly world-changing. They mock me. If only they could taste the meals Burgle I've prepared these past few weeks. If only the sprouts survived the scaling process the way the earlier generations had. It's a shame that cellular maturity is required for the sprouts to become viable as a product, but something about reaching advanced biological age is incompatible with the expanding process. Is it purely because the tissue damage regrowth cycle is on a substantially compressed timeline? They'd be not much older than myself if converted to human chronological age, and I haven't experienced effects such as this. Ah, but Burgle, or Wendell, you have. It's a little bit of a hint of what's going on here. Yeah, okay, we are starving to death, so we need to go. Did I really not bring any food? Unbelievable. Oh yeah, so the other thing that I grabbed off of that dead body, we'll read the note later, but yeah, gas resist. Very handy. Dust guard is okay. It's very situational. And then of course it makes you more susceptible to poison damage. Alright, I need to get out of here. Eat some food. So yeah, we'll... This would have led to one of those like closed off doors, but it is now open. Alright. Pond hatch. Yeah, so that's one space that we'll go to once we beat the first boss. That'll have a little hidden thing for us. And the pagoda will have the other one. I think we can go there now. I just think it's like... It must be like a door or something that's locked. Well, here, let's wait till we get back home and then we can drop some of this stuff off. Alright, don't die. Don't die. Yeah, and go ahead and eat another one, just for good measure. We'll have to fill this back up. Whew! Alright, so we got a chip to get back to Burgle. We've also got some other stuff. You can stay. I'm not going to go back underwater for a little bit. Normally what I would do, once you eventually get pets, and they're nice little portable storages, I'll usually put my
Armoring up.
bubble helmet like in my pet storage. But I'll just kind of hold on to it for now. But you can probably see it even now. Yeah, so you can get gum nuggets, effects last longer, extra meaty health bonus. Let me just kickstart that now, make a couple of those. Boom. And I will just get through the other 6 that I have first. Whoops! Wait, what? Oh, wasted it. Okay, yeah, let's go talk to Burgle. Get some of this other stuff researched.
Science.
Yeah, fluid flippers, I think, is the drink you can make to help you swim faster. Alright, Burgle. Oh yeah, this too. Updating firmware. There you go. Hey bud, I got something for you.
It is nice to see a friendly face. How can I help you today?
Oh, that's right, I found 2. Alright, so, auxiliary chip.
More chip. Hand it over and let us see what... much better. Check the...
Alright, real quick, before we advance the story, let me see what they actually unlocked. The Splat Burst, okay. Flint Flops, Diving Lantern upgrade. I mean, they're nice to haves. Even the Splat Burst, I'll be honest, is like, it's just an upgraded bomb. It is more damaging if you wanted to use it that way, but it basically just turns the regular thrown bomb into a sticky bomb. Not to undermine that, but I don't use bombs enough for me to personally feel like this was worth it. So that'll probably just kind of get put off to the end. Yeah, one more of these and we can get stack size. Alright, Burgle, wait. One more thing for you.
It is nice to see. How can I help you? I knew I could count on you. Please hold while I update my files. Here we go. Processing. Processing. Whew! Better than ever. My diagnostic module is now restored. Analysis shows the spacer suffered a catastrophic failure in the embiggening cell.
Embiggening cell?
The embiggening cell stores and regulates interatomic energy transfer during the spacing expansion phase of the spacer. Put simply, it controls the rate of growth of the subject and prevents overexpansion, which can be quite messy.
Alright, enough science talk. What's the bottom line?
There is both good news and bad news. Which would you like to have first?
Surprise me.
All natural flavoring is not, strictly speaking, natural. Now you know.
Not the surprise I was going for, but I appreciate that.
The good news is that I have a spare cell here.
Okay.
The bad news, it is empty.
Empty?
The cell must be filled with a special mixture, a cocktail, if you will. Another breakthrough invention by Dr. Tully. Hold please while I push the recipe for the embiggening cocktail to your scabby. Processing. Processing. Error. Missing directory. The directory you attempted to copy does not exist. Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo. Cheese and fries. It appears the formula for the embiggening cocktail is not in my memory. It must be on one of the remaining super chips. We will need that recipe in order to fill the embiggening cell and send you home. I am sorry. It seems like the forces of nature are trying to keep you in this yard, but I believe you are here for a reason. Hold on to the empty cell for me, and when you feel ready, retrieve another super chip to see if we can piece this puzzle together.
Alright, well, thanks,
I
Burgle.
do it your way.
Alright, so
Do it
did
the Roby's way.
that.
Put
Unlock some more
together a way
stuff.
and have an exponentially great day.
Yes, yeah, so more base building stuff looks like. More
Performing
cookbook, yeah.
diagnostic.
Yeah, swim speed. I think that's swim speed and air. Yeah, so you can get like a single meal that can be a huge boost without you having to put a bubble helmet on. You can combine the effects, obviously, of the bubble helmet with this. So that's cool. Curved base, yeah, more base building stuff, battle buddies. I think this is just like reduced friendly to fire damage and all that. I'm still gonna save my points, I think. I'll probably end up grabbing a bunch of this later, but actually, I might need this for what I'm thinking about for my pipe base. Maybe. We'll see. Curve bases. But, you know, it's not that expensive. I'll just take it. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Yeah, proceed, retrieve the next super chip. So I think for me, the next chip is probably the Haze Lab. I do need at least one bomb, of which I believe I
Sounds
have
like it's all
2.
clogged
I need to
up.
make more food. Got any little dudes running around? Hello? No, you'll work. And I believe that one mutation I had, this one, this should be sufficient for getting through the haze. It'll still, like, hurt me. It just won't hurt me as much. There we go. And we are out of webbing. We're processing rope because I somehow ran out of webbing. Which I really think just means I need to start setting some of this up. Because I have... actually, did I make that connection? I don't think I did. I have a couple of zip lines I can connect. I just don't know if I actually did that yet. It's a little far, but... Oh, did I already do this? Oh, I did not. There we go. So yeah, this one, since I can only go in one direction, I can only really go to the upper yard at the moment, but I'll eventually get the ability to go up and down. Now I kind of want to temporarily... Like here, can we just set you... No, I think I tried that. Yeah, I was going to put it down and give myself a place to like zip down from the upper yard, but I think I tried that and there was grass in the way. Well, if I need to get to the upper yard quickly, I can do that for now. And the haze lab isn't too bad. It's actually pretty quick. It's just kind of getting into it that's a little bit of a problem because of the haze. Let's take a drink of water and let's head out there.
Feeling refreshed.
Get it over with.